Hello learners, welcome to Operation Management Chapter 1. This chapter we will talk about the concept and the overall of operation management. Operation management is an activity of managing the resources. Actually, when you look at operation management, the concept of operation management is talking about the whole process from the beginning of searching for the resources and until down to the stream of delivery of the customer's delivery for the product or even service. Imagine for the product or the service that are surrounding you, like operation in the bank. When you go to the bank, you can see just only at the window, but you don't see back office of the bank. You do all the activities at the windows, but the main activity of the bank is at the office, at the back office. They manage and organize everything for you. Also in the food industry, the kitchen unit, you don't see that. You see only the all finished product or even in can, in boxes, in packages. But actually, they are all operated in the kitchen before the food are delivered to you. Also, the takeout restaurant operation, they also do the process in the kitchen at the restaurant, inside the restaurant. You don't see that the heart of the restaurant, but you can see only just the finished product and put it in the tray for you to take away, right? But the whole process of operation management started since you order, then it back to the kitchen at the back of the restaurant. They prepare, and further down that they prepare in the factory or even in the farms, that they prepare the food and prepare the vegetable, spices, or even meat for you to order, right? And back to the kitchen, delivered to the kitchen, right? From farm to factory to the kitchen and then to you in your hand. The best way to start understanding of the operation management is looking surrounding you. Because what? Because there are everything that you see, it's produced and by an operation, and every service you consume is produced by and also produced by operation. So you can see that only not the product but also the service. It even tangible product or intangible and also intangible product. Okay, so the operation manager, they operate and prepare everything for you and from the beginning to the end. So this is the idea for the operation functions. This is at least that that operation functions will involve in the product or or service for you. Started from engineering, product, marketing, information technology, human resources, and also accounting and finance. All are arranged and prepared and organized by the operation functions, and then they give and take input and output all the information, all the process, all the data in and out too, and they also communicate through every functions. Like Pret a Manger is a sandwich, like a sandwich shop in the US. It's a high-end sandwich and also snack retailer, and they use every group premium premium ingredients for you. And also, of course, when they prepare or the all premium ingredients, they have to check and prepare and also to sort the premium ingredients. Also, they all shops and kitchens, they all prepare the same product packaging and also the same service. Even the shop, they do the same decoration. See, this is all prepared and organized by operation manager. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. And also the fresh ingredient delivered every morning. Imagine how the fresh ingredients are operated and delivered to every shop in every morning. That must be well prepared. And if even you have more shops, you have to prepare better, right? And if same staff serve you the lunch, serve you the fresh made sandwiches, see, you can see every stop in the different shops, they prepare the same sandwiches and the same uh, product, the same packaging to you, and also the same services to you. How can they do that? Because they also prepare training and of course uh, operated well, and of course the organizing and preparation for you. In the concept for the product and the service development, for the product, I wouldn't say that the best product is served, but the most suitable product is served. Why? Because in some cases, if you want to select the best product or the best service that you want to deliver to the customers, it might it might be applicable to marketing and operations because it's only fresh product and only the best product, but it's not but it doesn't work with marketing or even operations. So you have to find the best fit for three functions on product, service, operations, and marketing. Right? Like such as some product must be served immediately. So in this case, it might not be suitable for the product that prepare like a plate of mango that they prepare in the morning and being served in the lunch at lunch. So, but for the freshly served product, is not applicable. So you cannot, you might not be able to serve that because for the operation it might not be work. It might not. It might not be fit for the operation, right? Okay. Here the idea for each function that's mostly fit. This is the word that we expect from each function, like machine. You of course you expect efficiently for the machine, knowledge effectively for the knowledge, people effectively the people. So partners resources speedily because you want it in time as soon as you get, right? And staff knowledge and experience must be creatively. So in each of these keyword, it gives you the best production or the best product given. Here are the concepts that of each environment change of the business environment is changing, right? Like such as the higher quality expectation. So it might, but right now it must be, it must come together with information-based technologies. So something like this. So in each of these, I want you to go through it, and if you have any question, you can bring it to the class and we can discuss. For the whole idea for the operation management, there are most likely 3 steps, but of course each of the step has its own sub steps or sequences of each steps. But the main idea is input, process, and output. Okay. Then you can see input resources. They do the you have to input the materials, information, and also customers, and also facility and stuff. Right? So then when they all be put into the transformation process, they also transform the resources by transforming resources like facility and stuff, and then you get the output like product or service to the customer, or you deliver those product and service to the customers. Like pressure manga, that example of this chapter. Okay. Also, here are the different organization like Acme Whistle, like they do on the crude oil, or they do on oil product, or IKEA that they do on of course they blend with many ideas like restaurant, special machine tools production provider, right? In IKEA, because they produce and deliver the good quality, the good furniture with the budget, right? So it comes together with many resources from furniture. Of course, they have there are 2 restaurants, right? One restaurant and one takeaway in IKEA, and then of course, but that are also part of their organizations, right? And then they deliver the output like the product like furniture, or even the food, or even also service, right? Deliver to the customers. Also here, the Safari Lodge, the traveling, even the service industry, they also have to prepare like consultancy for the management, and also psychotherapy clinic, because they do some therapies or massage for the customers. And then of course, the output is a pure service like output for exclusively intangible. Here you can see the level of supply network. It comes together here, the main idea of input, process, and output, right? In input process, you can see there are also 3 steps of input process, like input, process, and output. And even that in the sub process like this, you can see there are also 3 steps of this section, only this section for input, output, and input, process, and output for the further function of the process. So you can see in every function of the unit, there are always 3 steps: input, output, input, process, and output. Okay. Okay, so here the same idea. Here also the example for television and the media. The main idea are the same, like they have input for the program marketing and sales, right? And then they process like engineering, program, finance, and program set and prop manufacture, and also go through also still in the process of program production unit, and then also the program post production, and then the output to the customers, same as media here. Here also in this section we're going to talk about variety and volume, right? And somewhere else, like in here, for account management center for a large retail bank, there are so many people in working together with like thousand or million accounts for that, but they use a group of team, a group of people to work on that millions account. But for financial analyst, they might do one-on-one. They design and consult, and they do more on further. You can see more in this detail in the next model. Also for furniture manufacturing, you can do like mass production or craft production. Also hotel, you can go for budget or you can go for luxury hotel. You can choose, but of course variety and volumes are different on each type of organization, and each type of what are the marketing type or model of the organization you choose. In here, there are 4V that we are going to talk about: volume, variety, variation, and visibility. You can see here in volume, you can see here high volume or low volume, but also it is different with variety. When you go for low volume, you might choose for high variety because you have more types for for the product for customers of the product for the customer to choose. But while you have more high volume, when you produce more volume, you might not have you might not have many variety for the people or for the customer to choose, because otherwise you will need a big production like here. In here, high and low volume operation and process. You can see here for the low volume, that kind of customer must be or should be low repetition, right? Low repeat, right? Each staff member perform more of each task, so only one person or one staff can have more skills, can do more steps in each function of the production. Less systemization and also high unit cost, because you produce less, you need more concentration, so you have to spend more on each unit because you produce on your production capacity is very low. So when you charge per unit to the customer, it will be higher than it's the word of economy of scale. Okay, implication for the high volume is high repeatability. So they keep repeat order, specializations, right? Capital intensive, like you might do in this case when you produce more, you have to do to prepare more capitals, right? And of course, when you enlarge capital investment with the high volume, you have low unit costs. In variety, for the high variety, you have more flexibility, right? And more complexity for each product, for the product and also customers. Match customer needs. You can design to match the customer satisfactions, and also, of course, like the previous one, it high unit cost because it's designed one by one or group by group, right? But for low variety, right, because you have less type, so you can do like routine, well defined, standardized. You might have some standard product or services to give, right? Regular, so you have the regular customers in this case, and also when you produce more, you have low unit cost. Okay, variations in demand, right? So when you have high demand, right, high variation, sorry. So when you have high variation, the changing capacity, right, you need to have more on that because you need to keep changing often for the production, right? Flexibility, anticipation, right? If you have more high or variation on that, and of course in touch with demand and high unit cost, right? Because you like the previous one, when you produce less, you have high unit cost on that. Okay, but when you have variation low in variation, not low demand, okay, low variation, you might have standard or you have stable, right, demand, and of course it comes with routine, and of course it's predictable or forecast, right? And also high utilization and low unit cost. You try to utilize all the labor, machines, raw material with the highest utilization, right? You can decide that because you can plan and you can forecast, and of course with that one you can minimize the cost or low unit cost. Visibility is short waiting tolerance and satisfaction by uh, uh, customers. You have high, right, high satisfaction because it's been designed to one individual group or with one individual customers, right? And of course, you have customer contact skill needed because you have to talk to the customer all the time and to design. Receive variety is high. So in this case, you need to have more variety, right? And of course, high unit cost on that because it's been designed, right? So, but for the low visibility, time lag between production and consumption, that is very important. Otherwise, you might lose in the business, right? Because if there are some too much time lag between the customers, the order, and the production. Standardization, right, as I mentioned earlier. Low contact skill, in this case you might contact customer once in a while, right? And high staff utilization because you can design earlier or predictable or forecast. Centralizations and also low unit cost, as earlier mentioned. That's it for chapter 1. If you have any question, don't hesitate to bring into the class and we can discuss in class. See you in class.